So 2025 music has been an absolute disaster. So Ward released her new album, Virgin. By the time this video actually comes out, it will probably be sub 5 million. Like, these percentages are massive, massive drops. So everybody was celebrating that this album was doing so well when it came out. Ward's 5 fans that exist, I, I stopped listening to Ward a long time ago. That's what, 3 months ago as well. When she announced this album in that album cover, which is honestly quite disturbing. Okay, and people are like, how is it disturbing? Well, let's look at it. It's uh, so it's a picture of someone's skeleton. Like, it's not Halloween Ward. Okay, okay. I'm just joking. But 2025 has been the failure of bad music. Very bad. A lot of bad music has just tanked as well. Okay, not just Ward's album. Okay, you know, Lisa's alter ego, which we didn't really talk about, but that came out earlier this year. I didn't make a whole video about the failure of alter ego, which is coming out, later this year. But and also there was Addison Rae's album, which was also a massive failure as well, only selling 44,000 copies in one day. Which I think we'll make a separate video about that one as well. But Virgin is Ward's fourth album. Okay, I get it. Ward and most of these artists are not Taylor Swift. They can't just make like 10 albums and still have massive sales, okay? It's just how it is in the music industry. Usually, an artist has one or two successful albums. Of course, there are a few artists that are outliers. Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish is I think it's another one as of now. She has 4 albums. Yes, I'm counting Don't Smile at Me because I do. For example, I do count all of like the K-pop EPs as albums. So as well. But Virgin's her fourth album, and it is awful. There's some all like I think the worst song of this album is Current Affairs. I'm not gonna tell you what the song is about because this video I am just posting the I think just simply talking about this album could get this video demonetized because YouTube has very strange rules. Just look at how it treats certain creators when they talk about stuff that is wrong with YouTube, and then you know yeah yeah but you know but this album is a massive failure. Okay, it is a massive flop. Okay, 7 million streams in its 8 million streams in its third day of a drop of 30 million. Okay, 30%. Okay, and you know everyone was all when this album was coming out. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, Ward's gonna be back," but no one cares about this album. This album's gonna drop below 5 million by the end of this week, I think. Okay, I'm just vindicated so much. Like when Addison Rae's album came out, it only sold 40,000 copies. Okay, in its first week of sales, and it freefalled ever since then. Okay, same thing with Miley Cyrus though, but Miley Cyrus is kind of on her way out either way. But you know, this is a huge joke of an album. Okay, the song of the summer I think is Ordinary. That's because there's no real successful music this year, and it just shows like no one wants to listen to Virgin. No one cares about this album. She'll probably have 0 songs in the top 200 songs on Spotify as well, and there are other alternative artists that are doing far better than her. Lana Del Rey, Halsey. I think her new albums are not doing it, but a lot of her older songs are doing well. There's some other artists that do better. And of course, there's Billie Eilish as well, doing way better than her as well. And yeah, it's just like Ward's album is going to be a huge flop. It already is. It's going to probably sell 40,000 copies in the US as well. And it's going to probably sell just as poorly. Do it just as poorly as Solar Power did. And I remember everybody was so disappointed with that album. Everybody hated that album. I hated it. You hated it. Okay. Anyone who listened to it hated it. It was one of the worst failures of all time as well. No one listened to it. No one bought it. Okay. And this is going to be even worse than Solar Power, I think, as well. Okay, you know, this album's gonna do even worse than Solar Power, and Solar Power was already for many people very underwhelming as well. Here, yes, it may have this album may have a good score on Album of the Year, but a lot of albums usually have good scores on Album of the Year. Usually, are either like old albums, or albums that nobody knows or these super underground albums that nobody cares about besides Album of the Year. And so this is Album of the Year is the same site that gave this album a perfect score, but gave Taylor Swift a bad score because they don't like the the producer. Like grow up, okay, grow up basically as well. As an album, you just need to grow up, okay. As well. They called Brat like the best album of 2024, like as well. But you don't need to get into Brat. That album sucks. It still sucks. I hate Brat. I hate Sorry XCX. Hey, Brat Summer is over, so it has been over for a year now. So, and Brat Summer was a big failure. It was one of the big failures. Even then, people still bought that album. I don't think anyone's gonna be buying Virgin ever. Okay, people are gonna see that album cover and say, "Oh hell nah," and not buy this album. Okay, it's gonna be collecting dust like the Eternals Blu-rays were before Best Buy stopped selling Blu-rays, because they probably were embarrassed of the Eternals movies. And yeah, the last time I went to Best Buy before they shut down the Blu-rays, you can really see. I really recorded the Eternals. They were literally the Eternals 4K steelbooks, saying that, and they had fucking dust on them because nobody wanted to buy fucking Eternals for steelbook for $30 because nobody likes that movie. And I've been hoping the same thing with the Marvels, Dial of Destiny, and all these crappy movies Disney keeps pointing out because nobody wants to buy them as well. And Virgin is going to sell very, very poorly as well. I don't think anyone's gonna buy this as well here. But yeah, sub 5 million is coming for this album. It's being outstreamed now by albums that were released last year, which is honestly quite embarrassing. And its third day it's being outstreamed by 3 or 4 albums already that were released last year as well. Very embarrassing for an artist that's supposedly so great and so amazing that critics say her albums are all masterpieces when nobody cares about this album. It's going to do very poorly. No one's going to be buying the vinyl or CD, and it's going to be sitting down on store shelves eternally. Just like the other album, Addison by Addison Rae. Goodbye.